Mic wasn't plugged in. My fault. Mic wasn't plugged in. My fault. My spacebar kind of jammed though. Alright, audio is good. I need to turn my mic down a little bit because that noise on my PlayStation. I need to clean it out really. Oh, let me check if the audio is loud enough. I need to clean it out really. Oh, let me check if the audio is loud enough. Still too loud. I need to clean it out really. Oh, let me check if the audio is loud enough. Still too loud. I need to clean it out really. Oh, let me check if the audio is loud enough. Yo. I don't like that noise, bro. I hope the audio is good. If not, I'll have to like get my PlayStation cleaned or either move it farther away from me or something, cause that ain't gonna work. So I say we go to our strip mine and kind of improve it. We also gonna get a lot of cobblestone to make the some stairs. Not going to the, well, we might go to the nether today most likely. I don't even know how to make them. Okay, that's how you make them. Alright, so we're gonna have to go get a lot of gold and also cobblestone. Alright, we're gonna replace all of these with slabs so it'll be easier to go up and down stairs. Oops, I put the slabs up. Well, I don't need this. It's gonna stay in my inventory, but alright, now let's make some, okay, we got 52. That might be enough to lead all the way down to Y11. Bro. Bro. Nah, we probably don't have enough, but if we don't, it's alright. Alright, we just gonna keep mining. Then I strip mine. Just try to get some more cobblestone. I got my shovel with me, right? Yeah, I do. Bet. I am. One piece of oh. Yeah, I need to move my PlayStation farther away. If I can hear it with my headset on, that means it's too close to me. Probably can still hear it, but not that good though, probably. I didn't even need this many. To be honest, I didn't even need this many. That's much better. You know what, I say we try to get some unbreaking books. Because unbreaking books are really useful. Yeah, we need to put an unbreaking book on my pickaxe as well. We got 13 levels. And we could make a... I could just go mine some quartz if I did want more levels though. Let's just grab all the books though. Never mind. You know what? Hold on. How you make bookshelves? Can I even make any? Oh, wood. Alright. Boom. Hold up. Okay, let's convert all this into wood. Bro, you know, forget it, because we just dropped all of that, bro. We didn't drop it, we just... Pretty sure loom is used to make banners, right? We can make that later. Only 6, okay. Look. Okay, a little bit better. Never mind, we could have kept it right, that one right there. Oh. We need diamonds because my we need more diamonds because my pickaxe kind of getting beat. We ain't even worried about the armor right now. We can go on to try to beat the Ender Dragon with all. Ooh, one thing I do want to do is try to find a haunted mansion, whatever it's called. Got. We can make 2. Alright, so that'll give us that. 12 pieces of leather. We got any more sugar cane? Let's go get some. I wish I had a sugar cane farm, but nah, it's gonna be a sugar cane source though. Cause why start a farm when there's sugar cane growing right near us? I mean, it could be closer. But still. Alright, my allergies, my fault. Let's try to get his treasure. We got it. Okay, but it's about broken, so we should try to get a mending book. So yeah, let's grind for bookshelves so we can try to get a mending book unless we find what are those villagers called that give you mending books? Forgot. Bro. Oh, I didn't make the books. I'm tripping. Bro, we back to doing this, bro, cause I don't got time for all that extra stuff. Okay, I forgot how to do that too. No, I made bowls. Why did I make bowls? Gotta constantly keep upgrading my book, my enchanted table, so that we can try to get a mending book for the trident, and then a loyalty book, I think it is. Will it make you feel like Aquaman when it comes back to you? Yep. So we need both of those books, and I know the loyalty thing is very rare. So I gotta do quite a bit of upgrading to get that. Not gonna even lie to you. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna start a farm. Bro, so sugarcane can't grow on. Yes, it can, cause it's growing right there, bro. Well, why when I place the sand down, it wouldn't grow? That's hecka weird, bro. What? It has to be right near water. Alright. Well, in that case, let's go back home. Well, we don't really got no home, but let's go back to our setup. Say that. Say that. We got a lot of stuff we gotta do. We need diamonds. Upgrade our crafter table. Go to the nether, get gold. Bro, I'm gonna just wait till the sun gets all the way down. Behind the mountain. So that mountain, I gotta wait. There we go. Boom. Oh yeah, sugarcane farm. The water first. Alright. Yeah, we might want to keep that with us. Put the trident up though. Alright. Now we good. Now let's go get some water. So we won't have to keep going back and forth. I'm gonna make multiple buckets, but I gotta smelt it first. Gotta smelt it. I put the iron up. But for now, we just gonna keep running back and forth using this one bucket. And while we at it, we gonna grab the rest of the sugar cane. Since we starting to farm at home, why not? Grab all the bits of sugar cane I never did grab. The only way we would be able to possibly heal this is if we got another trident. It's kind of rare though, so I mean it's possible, but I don't know. So my biggest hope is a mending book. I pressed the wrong thing. Anyways, yeah, we gonna try to get a mini, but that's what we need. Alright, wrong way. Alright, let's go. So first thing we need to do, put all the water down, but we need to go get them that iron out of there for the buckets. Okay, no, that ain't gonna work. Actually, we don't even need to make no more buckets, because it don't take long for it to fill up. Never mind, but at least we got the iron smelted. My spacebar hecka loud, bro. My spacebar should not be that loud. It's gonna have to do. Oops. So you telling me I gotta get more water, bro? Yeah, we gonna need them buckets. We gonna need them buckets. We gonna need them buckets, bro. Well, let's finish off this row. Change what I said about them buckets. Never mind, we don't even need them buckets right now. Well, we still gonna fill it up for when the sugar cane grow and we replant it. Alright. Hold up, how you make a bucket again? Why I broke, bro? Nah. We not about to do this. Why I broke? Why I broke? Okay. Alright. Nope. Like this. Yeah. No, we're gonna get some more water. Anyways. I ain't been streaming 2K in a while, but I be playing 2K a lot. I just don't stream it. I think I should start streaming it. Alright, now we gotta give you some more water. That look beautiful. We need one water bucket, so why don't we just put the other buckets in the I'm about to say in the bucket, in the chest, and just gonna watch that grow. Well, no, you're not gonna watch it grow. You might AFK it. I don't know. Now we can't AFK. I don't want to AFK on stream. We need to go mining, but I don't want to break my diamond pickaxe, so we're gonna make a couple. Hold up, let me get some sticks. We're gonna make like 2 or 3 pickaxes. Actually, we can only make 2, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, we're gonna play a video on my phone. Turn it down a bit.
Yep, that's me. And in this video, I was hunted for 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. And I'll tell you now.
I like to have some background noises, just something to look back and forth at while I'm playing.
So, Minecraft hardcore hunting. This is something I never thought I would do. But when Complex MC approached me and Guilty and told us they had a survival server where we could do whatever we wanted, we swooped on the offer and came online to record this. The rules were simple. If you die to the other player, you lose, whether that's on day 1 or day 100. to the video.
This creative, bro. I ain't never seen that. 100-day manhunt.
Anything is. So if you could do me a huge favor.
That's different, bro.
Check that you are subscribed.
That's real different. I like that. I like that.
50,000 subscribers by my birthday. This is gonna be a hard push, but 90% of you guys that
How many subscribers by your birthday? I'm already subscribed, but anyways.
Try and hit 250,000 subscribers by my birthday. This is gonna be a hard push.
We gotta know when your birthday is, though. But not really. Just you just need to subscribe. That's it.
And finally, if you want to hop on Complex MC, try this with your friends, or just play some multiplayer survival Minecraft. All of the information for that will be in the description down below. But now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So, day 1. This was where the adventure began. I had 30 seconds to escape, and after that, game on. I ran for a minute and then grabbed some wood. I couldn't spend time stood still. I had to stay on the move. He saw which way I ran, and I did not want to risk dying on day 1. As quickly as I could, I made myself some better tools. He was coming for me already. I wanted to make sure that I had the upper hand at the start. So quickly after upgrading, I found a dark oak forest. I thought this would be perfect to dive in. It's dense. If he could see me, I would lose him in here quickly. I found a great cave, which I was able to grab myself a load of iron from. As far as I knew, I was still being chased, so I had to keep moving. This iron would have to wait until it was melted. Well, on day 2, I was able to find myself some sheep, which was great, since food and a bed on here are going to be a big necessity. And then I stumbled across another cave.
We got plenty of leaves.
This wasn't anything great,
Don't even need that.
So I continued my run. I quickly found a huge ravine, so I headed down to grab some extra resources. As I was grabbing some extra iron, I had my first close call of this challenge. Oh my god, what the hell? Yeah, these slimes do a lot of damage. But after escaping, which seemed to be my second hunter, I continued to grab some iron and even spent the night down here. On day 3, I resurfaced and found myself a desert temple. This was going to be super helpful, especially if I could get some golden apples. So I approached it with caution to avoid any traps, because clearly this thing was custom. But it had been looted. Guilty must have already been here, which means he is most likely very close to me and has some of the good stuff.
Yes.
I couldn't wait around.
Yes, this is what we need.
So that's exactly what I did, all the way to day 4.
This is really the main thing we're mining for.
Super cool biome. The mossy cobble ruins seemed like a confusing and compact place, so I decided I was going to create my temporary base here for now. This will give me a place where I can cook my food and iron and not have to worry about being spotted so easily. So that's exactly what I did for the rest of day 4.
Alright. Alright, in a minute I'm gonna hop on Fortnite because I hopped on Minecraft to stream while my Fortnite was done. I know y'all seen that pop up. If y'all didn't, I guess it's because of my stream. Guess it's supposed to do that, I don't know. But yeah, I ain't gonna stream Minecraft unless I'm playing with some of my friends, but most of the time I'm playing random duos. Now I'm gonna stream random duos. I just don't really want to stream Fortnite at all. Maybe I'll feel like it if some of my friends play with me.
I very quickly found myself chopping down some trees, and since in the future I want to make a super nice spruce house,
yes!
I was adventuring well into the night of day.
Yes!
Find any villages. So on day
Diamonds.
6, I headed home. It took me a long time to relocate my house, which is actually a good thing since it's supposed to be hidden. But once I found it, I started right away on a mine. After doing this for a little bit, I decided I wanted to change my plan. If I was trying to avoid being hunted, I needed to make sure that I was leaving no trace of myself anywhere, which prompted me to create a tree farm underground, so that if I needed wood, there would be no floating leaves or saplings on the floor allowing Guilty to track me down. And yes, it was only day 7 and my finger was already hurting from sneaking for all this time. This was going to be a long and painful 100 days. On day 9, I wanted to try again on the search for a village, so I set off, but I was quickly distracted by a cow near my door. There was only one, but if I was able to trap a few of these cows, I'd be able to have a pretty consistent food source in my house. So I quickly
got 6 diamonds now.
Get some wheat, and then set off on my mission again to locate a village.
We got the diamonds that we needed. We really just need we really just need what we need again? I forgot for some reason. Yeah, we need gold. Control my mind. Well, it looks like we gotta make a new pickaxe.
Unfortunately, the best thing I could find was bamboo. Luckily, there was actually an automatic bamboo farm that had clearly been working the whole time, so I allowed myself to grab some of that. All of this bamboo I would be able to
back here
for money, which I could then spend on cool things. And that is exactly where I ended up on day 10. I wasn't sure if Guilty was around, so I approached this place with heavy caution. I was constantly checking my bag. I was able to quickly locate the quest giver. This guy lets me pick a task and gives me money for it if I complete it. So I picked the cow slayer. It seemed like the easiest one. I received a reward for killing 250 cows. And then after that, I headed straight over to the marketplace to head to the salesman. I wanted to sell all this bamboo that I had stolen and see if I could buy anything with the money I had. It took me a while to figure out how to sell this stuff, but I was able to sell the bamboo. Unfortunately though, I didn't really get much money, so I wasn't able to buy anything.
Alright, we're gonna go back up.
The next stop was a villager pet. This guy doesn't really have a purpose, but he kinda just wants to follow me around on this journey. I'll take it. It gives me some company along the way. He then joined me on my adventure into the resource cave. This was where I was able to finally find my first diamonds. Well, diamond. But sadly, I couldn't find any more, and as usual, I didn't have the time to spend standing around in the same location. So I moved on over towards the farm and did some farming.
Sugar cane still didn't grow. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know.
And then it happened. The moment I had been dreading the most. Guilty showed up, and he was fully geared. I was not at all ready for a battle, so I took off. Luckily, the render distance on here isn't too far, so I wanted to just try and get out of his view, and then try to escape.
Let me clear out my inventory just a little bit.
After a pretty long chase, and luckily weaving between many spruce trees, I was able to get away. Since I was running in F5 for a long time, I almost ended up falling down a ravine. That would have been really bad, escaping death by dying. But I ran for a few more minutes and quickly realized that he had most likely stopped following me. So I decided to actually loop back around to spawn. There was no way he knew that I was at spawn, so he must have been there for something. And I wanted to see what he was actually there for. I did not have enough time during that chase to actually see his armor and tools, so I had no idea what I was up against. So I quietly snuck back into spawn and checked him out. Wait, are they enchanted boots? Yep, he has enchanted armor, and I do not. He seemed to be pretty stacked, so before I stuck my nose in too far and ended up in a fight, I decided it was time to head home. On day 13, I decided it was time to move out of the old mossy cobblestone hole. This was only supposed to be temporary whilst I was able to craft some armor and protection, so I set off to locate my new house location. I very quickly found this amazing looking ice lake, so I decided this is where my new place was going to be. I wanted to build some sort of spruce cabin, nothing crazy, but just something that looks good in this biome, and is big enough for what I need. But after building for a very long time, all the way to day 16, I had an unexpected visitor. He had found my house already after not even 4 days. And I ran quite far out, so this was a huge shock. But I attempted to defend myself as best as possible. But when I realized he had a diamond axe, I had to leave. As I ran, he ran as well, which makes me think he was low on health. So I probably should have continued to hit him, but it's fine, my chance will come again. I quickly realized after he had gone that he came from the west and left in the west, which gives me a good idea of where to search when I'm looking for his base. But I am not at all ready for a revenge attack yet. So I continued to build, but this time with caution of my surroundings. And by day 19, the house was pretty much done. And I actually really like how it turned out. And now that the house was done, I spent the rest of today and the next few days mining. If I'm being hunted, iron armor is not going to cut it. I need diamonds for diamond armor, so that's exactly what
I need nothing else.
And this took me a long time. I went through so many pickaxes before I even found my first set. But eventually I did locate some, and thanks to my MCMMO mining levels being already upgraded quite a lot from my previous mining trips, even without fortune, I was able to get 2 diamonds sometimes from each ore. So after finding a few veins, I finally had enough diamonds for what I needed. So I crafted myself a diamond pickaxe to grab some obsidian for a nether portal. Then when I had all the obsidian I needed, I headed up, crafted some diamond armor, and then made my nether portal. The nether is never a safe place to go in hardcore, so as usual I was scared, but I went in anyway. Whilst I was actually crafting my diamond armor, I saw that Guilty had once again gained the Bastion achievement, which meant that there was a very high chance that he was still in the nether. So I just had to make sure I could avoid him. I spent some time grabbing XP and was able to locate myself a nether fortress, which was nice. But it wasn't too nice because it did bait me out for being in the nether. Since everybody in the chat can see my achievements, he probably knew I was here now. But that didn't stop me, and I was able to find myself a ruined portal, which was nice, I guess. I didn't get anything great from the chest.
Let's get back to strip mining.
Oh, and these 2 striders were just staring at each other, and then they started staring at me. I don't know what they were doing. But then after I had moved on from these 2 strange-looking creatures, I stumbled across another nether portal. Our first sign of other human life in here. And then I quickly found out that this portal was pretty much connected to a bastion. And it wasn't too long ago that he had his achievement in there. So I made my way over to see if there was anything left over inside. I know for a fact that Guilty is not good when it comes to piglins, so he may have left some stuff behind. It was unlikely, but I wanted to check anyway.
Most likely there are diamonds behind redstone, by redstone a lot of times. That's why I mine all this redstone. And then for the nether, when I want the egg, I think I should use pistons.
So the gold was mine. Oh, and this route was an easy kill.
So yeah.
So then my search continued, but I quickly realized I was not alone. He was here. He must have seen my achievement in the chat and thought he
In a little bit, I'm gonna have to probably go back to get some coal. Nah, no I won't, no I won't. Cause there's coal in this cave.
If he saw me go through, I had a good chance of getting away on the other side. But I quickly realized that my whole plan was
Yep, right there.
He knew that I saw him there and knew that I was going to make a run for the portal.
We're just gonna go ahead and break this all down.
So I had nowhere to run apart from the bastion. I tried to confuse him with block placements and just to get lost in the bastion, and thankfully it seemed to work. I could mine out of the side and make a bolt for the portal. I couldn't see him this time, so I think the coast was clear. And with nobody in sight, I was out. Straight away, I trapped the portal and headed straight into the jungle. It's dense in here, you won't find me. But I could see his house in the distance, so I knew what I had to do. He clearly had an enchantment table, so I wanted to get in there and use it whilst he was still in the nether searching for me. And as I walked in, I had the biggest surprise of my life. He was
Gotta go up 1 block.
He must have luckily came through the portal that was right next to his house and caught up. And with him being fully enchanted, I could not afford to take him on yet. Constantly have the upper hand, so I definitely need to upgrade my armor. And as I ran into the darkness of day 27, I was able to slip away. He outplayed me there, and I was very lucky to get away alive. On my return back to my house, I found 2 very cute pigs, so I lured them home with some carrots and trapped them in. So I spent the rest of today making a more dedicated pig farm. This was so that I could breed them and they weren't just in the middle of my island. And after making the pig one, I saw a lone cow near my house, so I made another one right next to it so that I could start to breed cows as well. I still had that quest that needed completing. I really liked the wooden look that I had going on.
Oh shoot, let's grab him.
I made myself a cool walkway over the ice. And after that, I grabbed the lone cow from the snow and put him in the pen. Since there was only one cow, I had to spend the rest of day 30 hunting down another one in the wild, but eventually I found a few and was able to bring one of them home. On day 31, I entered the Nether to find myself a bastion. I stumbled back across the one that I was in previously, but with the removal of the threat of a hunter, it felt alright to enter. However, Guilty was quickly replaced by a brute that was out to kill me instead. And this guy got very close to doing it.
I know that I'm mining gravel with a pickaxe, but I don't know, I just felt like, I don't know why I did that.
I was able to take these guys down and continue my exploration. The loot really wasn't great, however, there was a lot of brutes, so I was getting a little bit of XP. And after checking out the other side, the chests weren't great either. And after I had cleared the bastion, I decided it was time to see what I was really up against. So, I snuck through Guilty's portal and headed into the jungle. This was a risky plan, since I didn't know if he was home, but I didn't let that stop me. I approached it very cautiously and made sure the whole coast was clear. Luckily, he wasn't in here waiting for me this time. But there was a parrot that I tried to pet, but it didn't let me. However, I was able to find some lapis and enchant my armor. Looking back, I probably shouldn't have taken all of my armor off at the same time in his house, but I was untouched, so that was fine. But this got me thinking, if he wasn't here, where was he? I thought it was probably a smart idea to start heading back towards my base, because he could have been mining, he could have been farming at spawn, but I don't know where he was, and I didn't want to take any risks, so I went home to double check. And upon return back home, it looked pretty calm and peaceful around here. Until I saw him. He was in my house.
Is that a cave?
And yet, he decided to drop some TNT in here. It looked like he wanted a fight, and I did not have a shield, so I was not prepared for a battle. But all of a sudden then, it seemed like he wasn't either, because he quickly took off into the forest again. So after trying to chase him down for a little bit, I retreated to make sure all of my stuff wasn't gone, and started to fix my house up a little bit. On day 34, I set off on a mission towards spawn. I wanted to buy some apples for golden apples, and I heard you could buy a totem of a diamond in this place. So I wanted to go and see how much that was. I sold some of my stuff, and thankfully I was able to buy some apples, but a totem of a diamond was well out of my price range. So I headed back to the village that I found earlier that belonged to Skies, to see if I could get some bamboo and some other stuff to sell to try and get the money for a totem. But unfortunately, as expected, this was not enough still. So after sleeping at spawn in a bed, I spent the whole of day 36 heading home, trying to find a new village. But that was unsuccessful, so when I got home, I made the apples that I had bought into golden apples and then started on a sugarcane farm. The sugarcane farm was nothing crazy, but this may make me a little bit of cash that I can use to buy a totem at some point. Oh, and on day 37, I really liked how this whole area looked, so I just admired that for a bit. The next 3 days were spent underground. I needed some diamonds for an enchantment table so that I could enchant my armor and start actually competing against him. And finally, on day 40, I was able to run into some. I went through so many pickaxes and I was so relieved when I finally found some. So I went straight back up as soon as I had them, made the enchantment table and placed it in my attic. On day 41, I saw Guilty had the Bastion achievement again. And if he was in the Bastion near his portal, this was the perfect time for me to strike back and try to kill him. So I rushed over towards his area and checked it out. At first it seemed very quiet, but once I went out again, he was there. I was able to get the first hit with the bow, and also the second, but after a few minutes of hurtling arrows at each other, I made a push for him. Somehow he was able to get an incredible bow shot off that sent me into the lava. I had golden apples, but I wasn't sure if I was going to make it.
Alright, water.
And I also wasn't sure if he was going to make a push for me, so I just tried to escape and make my way back up. I quickly realised that his punch bow was too much on these walkways. I needed to block them with my shield and take this into hand-to-hand combat.
cave.
But to my surprise, he had knocked back. Of course he did. I was in the lava again. I made my way back up and tried to get through the portal. But I couldn't, because whilst you're in combat you can't go through. So I had to try and hide from him whilst the combat countdown went down. At the last minute he saw me, but thankfully I was able to just get through.
Yo. Why so much coal?
Yeah, again, I had been thrown another curveball. The portal took me to some random cave, so I had to act quickly and try to make a trap in the portal so that I could kill him if he came through. And he fell right into the trap. But it didn't work. Of course it didn't. So now it was back to hand-to-hand fights. In a cave, last man standing. His sword wasn't actually doing that much damage, but the knockback was super irritating. So I just decided it was time to try and get out. As I mined away, he continued to chase. And he even used TNT at one point. But as he lost me in the stone, I made a run for the portal. I was out.
Okay, this is a dead end, so we should go down there.
And I decided after all of that, instead of leaving the nether, I wanted to stay. I wanted to try and find some fresh bastions in here so that I could try and get some good items to assist my defense in the future. And it took a while, but finally I was able to locate them. As usual, the brutes were annoying, but I was able to kill them off and grab the loot. Then I had to kill a bunch more brutes that were on the other side of a wall. But unfortunately, again, the loot wasn't amazing.
Any diamonds? Let's see.
After moving through this place, I had another close call. But thankfully, I was able to escape and continue.
No diamonds, but it's alright.
I made my way to the bottom, and I got an enchanted golden apple. This is huge. This is perfect for me. I can easily kill Guilty with this. But quickly after getting it, I had a slight incident. The magma cube smacked me into the lava and caused my closest situation with death yet. And as much as it pains me to say, I had to eat the enchanted golden apple to stay alive. All of the excitement from me having this golden apple had all gone, and it was all because of a magma cube. I was so angry, I just wanted to get out of this place straight away. And there turned out to be another bastion right next door to this place, so I bridged over to check it out. I had to deal with a few piglins, but unfortunately this thing offered me nothing but some gold. So with what I had, I started heading back home. It took me a while to locate these bastions, so I had quite the journey ahead of me. But thankfully on day 48 I was able to return home. Straight away I turned all of the gold that I had gathered from my nether trip into golden apples, and then spent a while enchanting books to get sharpness on my axe. I went through so many books and I very quickly ran out of XP, so on day 49 I had to re-enter the nether to get some more. This allowed me to upgrade my axe to sharpness 3 when I returned. But I was not finished there. When exploring the bastions, I was able to locate 3 ancient debris, so I set off into the nether to do some bed bombing. I wanted to upgrade my axe to netherite. Even though it only does 1 extra damage, that could be the difference between death and victory, so I needed to do it. And after doing a few beds, I quickly realized that my armor was absolutely destroyed, so I will need to fix that. But then I stumbled across some ancient debris. I only needed 1, so this was perfect. I headed straight back home, made the ingot, and then upgraded my axe. It was time to strike.
I dig back one more time after this, so I can't dig it back no more, so I can't reach.
I started my march towards
Alright, we can still reach.
I was fully ready for the
Alright, one more.
death. As I showed up to the portals, he actually came
Alright,
through.
iron.
I was super lucky not to be seen.
Try our new pepperoni pizza meatball sub with hearty Italian.
Bro, I don't care about this meatball sub, bro. I don't care.
Extra melted provolone.
Interrupted my video.
Sliced pepperoni, all in a tasty toasted
Okay.
garlic bread sub roll.
And?
Only at Firehouse Subs. Click the banner to order, pickup, or delivery.
Bro, wish I could skip that, but I couldn't.
And whilst I knew he
It's alright, it's over now.
I thought this was the perfect time to sneak into his house. I I wanted to set a trap for when he returned home to weaken him up before
Got a feeling diamonds are near.
So I placed some TNT under a pressure plate at his door. And then after I did that, I scaled his tree house and watched the trap come to life. It took a long time for him to return, but the time had finally come. As he ran in, I waited for the explosion, but nothing happened. I was so confused as to what was going on, so I just started attacking him.
Must be storming outside.
But thankfully my ball was cushioned. He had potions. I wasn't sure which ones he drank, but it seemed that he was prepared for a fight. So that's exactly what I gave him. I had him weak at one point and he was running, but unfortunately he was able to get off the golden apple to save him.
I almost walked right into it.
Late into the night of day 50 and went deep into the jungle. Unfortunately, he was able to knock me down a ravine. This was when I thought it was all over. He pounced on me and started attacking again. And to add insult to injury, my helmet broke. But completely unexpectedly, I got 2 crit hits in a row and killed him. 51 days in and I had made it. I had finally killed my uncle. And that was it. I had won. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to go down below and smash that like button.
Yes, gold. And we're gonna go the other way and find the diamonds.
However, the roles will then be reversed, so I will be hunting guilty. So if there's something you want to see, show some love down below, and also come and hop on Complex MC if you guys want to play on the same world that we played in here, and do this with your friends. Now I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one, hopefully. Peace.
The Jurassic Era, a time of primitive technology and monsters beyond history. In these next 100 days, we will be taking on the 4 hardest bosses that rule this ancient era, whilst conquering dimensions that would cause the average person to quake in their boots. With custom terrain generation and new dungeons to explore throughout this dangerous...
Okay, I like the look of that.
Time will tell if we can survive the next 100 days in the Jurassic period. Let's begin.
I like the look of that, bro.
Subscribers. As soon as we reach it, I'll be uploading 2 100 days videos a week. So if you want to see more guns and even more, please subscribe. We just released a limited
Before we go that way, we're gonna go this way.
We're selling 10 of each of these hoodies and shirts. All proceeds go to upgrading my main computer. So if you guys want to see even more content, go check out the store.
I said it's diamonds. What did I say?
As there's only a limited supply.
What did I say?
Sell out. We're never selling.
Promise you I'm not X-Ring. Oh yeah.
I spawned right next to some Diplodocuses, but I also spawned next to some alligator things that looked like they wanted to eat me. So I quickly ran down the highest vantage point I could to see what was going on. I climbed atop one of the jungle trees to see what I could see, and oh boy, this world was looking crazy. Thankfully the Diplodocuses did not want to eat me, but I knew they were much more dangerous dinosaurs that did. While exploring my surroundings, I found this really cool looking cave. I was definitely not ready to go in there though. I then crafted my basic tools. I was really excited because
6 more diamonds, so we got 12 diamonds. There's some gold over there. We'll keep going. Before we go that way, we're gonna go this way.
Structure-like thing, and I went in to investigate it. I checked all the chests, but there was just some gold and some old runes. I wasn't sure what the old runes did yet, but they would play a big role later. Since nobody seemed to be home, I decided to raid their sugarcane farms and take all of it for my own. I knew I needed some food if I wanted to survive, so I quickly found some pigs and I started marching towards them. But as I got closer, something didn't seem... Holy biscuits, they're the same size as I am. What is going on? After slaughtering the innocent pigs, I noticed the rhinoceros stuck atop a tree. I have no idea how he got there. I'm sorry, but this is just amazing. They made squids bigger too. This is fantastic. Since it was becoming nightfall, I debated on the idea of going mining. Until I saw this creeper that looked like he was twice the size of me, and I decided that was a horrible idea, and I ran into a little hidey hole. I started out the next day by going to the caves and beginning to mine. While exploring, I found this abandoned room that led to more rooms inside of a mine shaft-like area. I'd never seen areas like this before, and I was really excited to see what else these caves had to offer. While exploring, I found some damaged anvils. These wouldn't be too useful, but they might be useful in the early game when I'm looking at combining some early enchants. I also made use of the wool that was placed here and there so I could make a bed for later. I also took all the food from their farms, as maybe I could use it to tame their dinosaurs soon. While exploring the abandoned mine shaft, I found this giant creeper who charged at me, and I was barely able to avoid his deadly blow. That was a close one. I continued exploring, and I found 2 full iron blocks inside of the mine shaft.
We don't need
This
our
is going to give me a
axe
great
right
start
now.
to get some early game armor. I found some levers and a button on the wall, and I figured maybe it was some type of code to unlock a room somewhere. So I tried them out, but I'm horrible at code, so I just broke down the wall to see if there's any redstone behind it. There wasn't. I was quite disappointed. I then crafted some armor with my newfound iron. I came back up to the surface now that I felt like I could protect myself, and I found this black pit of what looked like tar. But you know what they say, the best way to know something for sure is to test it. So I jumped right in. Yep, it's tar. While exploring, I also found this abandoned dig site. You can find some fossils here that you can actually create your own dinosaurs with later, or create hybrid dinosaurs with. I was really excited for this, should I be able to survive long enough to actually be able to accomplish it. Playing God of the creation of life never goes wrong, right? I then found this dude that looks really cool. Not quite sure what he's called, but he looks cool. I knew I needed to start tinkering with armor and weapons very soon. You see, you can actually create custom weapons and armor inside of this game. The reason I want to do this is because the carnivores actually begin to hunt as they get hungrier. We've set us that their range increases of where they can find us as the game goes on. So I'm going to be hunted by a bunch of carnivores very soon. I started out the day by pouring some more librarian's books. As I looked out the window, I realized there was a skeleton there with a ginormous bow waiting for me. So I made a dash for it, and I was able to get away. Gotta go. Sorry, got late for something. You a lot house over there, right? I've been busy over there. Is that just me, or is that a ginormous zombie on fire? I am going the opposite direction now. Now hear me out. I understand this is going to be a dinosaur theme park eventually, but can we have a ginormous squid inside of it? Next, I started looking for a house location. Before I wanted to explore and start gathering loot and items, I wanted to have a home base. And this mountainous terrain looked like the perfect place for it. So I gathered some wood up so I could actually build a structure, and then I
more diamonds. Yes, sir.
Once I had topped the mountain, I started realizing how cool it would be if we could somehow interconnect both of the mountains side by side. So we could put a lab in the one mountain, have the Jurassic Park all the way below it. This could be absolutely epic. I then increased my render distance to 64, and I almost blew up my computer. The view was worthless.
Boom.
I was going to be the lord of this land. Also, I didn't have any shoes. I then began carving out the stuff in the mountain so I could start my base. I found out that this 3x3 hammer is incredibly slow, and I would never ever use it again. I finished up the start of the house at least by putting a little fence on the edge so I didn't walk off by accident. Never done that before in a hardcore series. And then I slept away the night to begin for an adventurous day 4. The next day I decided to go out mining. I knew I wanted to start gathering resources very quickly if I wanted to start progressing, taming dinosaurs, and entering new dimensions to face some of the bosses inside this mod pack. While in the caves, I bumped into this mine shaft. This was definitely no ordinary mine shaft.
There's more, okay.
Everywhere, and with different pathways that I'd never seen before. This is going to be very fun to explore. Nope, not going in there. I continued exploring the mine shaft to see what treasures it would hold. I also gathered all the rails up. And since my house is on top of a mountain, I figured maybe I could make a cool rail system later.
Okay, 10 diamonds.
The next few days looting
We got 16 diamonds,
finding
okay.
chests everywhere and secret hidden rooms with people that used to live there. I wonder who used to live in the prehistoric age. While exploring, I found these preserved ice cubes. Not exactly sure how they stayed as ice, but nonetheless they had some cool fossils in them from the Ice Age. I was attacked multiple times while mining, and one time I even came close to dying. Even though these mobs are bigger, they also do double the damage, so it makes it a lot more dangerous to go mining. While exploring, I began to hear some noises through the walls, and I began mining towards them. It turns out there was an abandoned room with mob spawners and different chests inside. So I fought my way in after creating a shield and was able to dismantle all of the dead. This has an assortment of rare minerals and some enchanted items inside. This would definitely give me a good start so I can get up the mines quicker and begin looking at dinosaurs. While mining a vein, the wall opened up and I noticed that there was an open area below the dungeon. So I went down there and I found some rare minerals. Looks like this was a secret room intended to hold some of the riches, so I decided to take them all for myself.
I knew that was gonna happen.
I found another new dungeon full of zombies. All of the blocks were silverfish blocks. So after I mined through, I used a lava trick to kill them all. Killing silverfish is very annoying with a normal sword. The lava trick works just fine. After taking out the dungeon, I opened the chest in the center of the room, and explosions began to happen. It looked like it was a trap chest, but I was safe because I immediately ran away right after without even realizing. I then inspected the other chest to make sure it was not trapped, but it was all good. I began the next day by going adventuring. I wanted to start taming some dinosaurs. However, halfway down the mountain, I realized I had forgotten the tool I would need to actually tame them. So I had to go all the way back up, getting a good calf workout here. Whilst adventuring, I bumped into these archaeologists who had some awful trades that I would never trade with. I found a dinosaur stuck in a tree, and I decided he'd be a great victim, so I began whipping him. Apparently, whipping is the way you tame something. Not exactly sure how that bridges a brand new friendship, but you know what, we'll go for it. So I began whipping him until he became my tame, and then I tried to ride him, but unfortunately it did not work. I have no idea what I'm doing. While searching for more dinosaurs that were potentially rideable, I found some more ginormous cows,
Gold over
and I
there.
began slaughtering them for their meat. I then found a new dinosaur in the wild, and I decided to whip him to become my friend. Once he became my friend, I attempted to ride him, but he would not let me. I have still no idea what I'm doing, so I decided to go to the wiki and try to figure out which dinosaurs were actually rideable. I then found what looked like a prehistoric doggo, so I figured, hey, man's best friend, so I began to whip him to see if he would become my friend. He did, but he would not let me ride him. As nightfall approached, I noticed two large masses in the distance, and I zoomed in. They were Tyrannosaurus rexes. Not going that way. I then cuddled up with this dinosaur and dug myself a hole right beneath him. We were going to be sleeping buddies for the night. I started up the next day by trying to tame the Pteranodon. I tamed him, but he would not let me mount him. Later in the day, I found this moose, which fits very well considering I'm Canadian. I decided to name him Gregory.
Yo.
That seemed like a good name. And then began zipping around the map like he was the Usain Bolt of the moose colony. Later in the day, I found this structure-like thing.
You can help your child improve their math skills wherever they are. Prodigy Game lets you level up learning anytime, anywhere. And with a premium membership, you'll unlock exclusive in-game benefits, making your child more excited than ever to log in and play. This empowers them to answer more questions, master more math skills, and spend more time learning, all while exploring the world of Prodigy. As they have a blast practicing math, your free parent account lets you track your child's strengths and needs, set goals, and reward them for their hard work. And since premium memberships boost time spent in-game, you'll also benefit from more insightful data about your child's progress on your parent dashboard to support and motivate them. Help your child love learning math no matter where they are. Get a premium membership today.
We gonna go this way first.
Emerged from the ground, which I could only assume was a dungeon. Of course I was going to go in there. So I said my goodbyes to Gregory, and then I headed down into the deep, dark cavern. I knew if I wanted to fight my first dinosaur boss by day 25, I needed to get some armor and need to get it as quickly as possible, and this was going to be a great way to begin that looting process. And the next few days, instead of the dungeon, looting all of the different rooms inside. There were great enchanted books, some enchanted armor, and some pretty difficult mobs as the dungeon progressed deeper and deeper and closer to the void. I knew if I wanted to fight my first boss by day 25, I would need the best armor I could get my hands on. I had set myself a challenge that every 25 days, I would fight another boss, all the way until I could fight the Titanosaurus Rex on day 100. I knew if I wanted to do this challenge,
Oh,
I needed to
shoot.
make sure I was progressing, while I was also working on my dinosaur part. But for now, it was time to focus on armor, looting, and getting ready to face my first boss inside of the game. I started out the next day by crafting some more chests, so I could begin sorting out my inventory from all this mess I'd accumulated from the dungeon. I wanted to craft a glider so I could begin gliding off my mountain instead of running all the way down, but I was one leather short. I then began traversing my way down the mountain so I could go and collect my one more piece of leather. I also wanted to start collecting some sand, gravel, and clay so I could begin on my Tinker's Construct. I wanted to begin casting the best armor in the game, the Ardite set. You see, when you wear this armor, you slowly level it up and give yourself different perks. And as I battled different bosses throughout the mod pack from different dimensions and different layers, I knew I needed the best armor in the game and I needed to start getting it early, so I began making my Tinker's Construct. I started out the next day by clearing out some of my base. I know if I wanted to add a smeltery in here, I need a little bit more room. I realized pretty quickly that mining out this entire space with my pickaxe was going to take way too long, and I wanted a hammer from Tinker's Smeltery. But to get that, I needed to go to the Nether first. So I headed back down to the mines to grab some obsidian. I decided it would be a great idea to test out my new glider with a max height drop, meaning if I fell, I would probably die. I had no idea how to use it, but lucky for me, I figured it out mid-flight. Oh, jam. I then made my way down into the caves and began mining obsidian. After mining the obsidian, I scaled the opposite mountain just because I wanted to glide into my front door because I thought that was cool. The next day, I began the day by crafting the nether portal inside of my wall. This couldn't go wrong. Upon entering the nether, I attached my glider and began to fly around. This thing would be a great asset for the nether. I was looking for some ardite and some cobalt, because when combined, you can make them into vanillium, a super strong material that you can then craft into armor and weapon types. However, when I found the ardite and began to mine it, I realized that my diamond pickaxe could not mine it, but an obsidian one could. So I decided to go back and craft an obsidian pickaxe instead. When I arrived home, I began construction of my new smeltery. I knew I couldn't put it inside of my house yet because, well, it wouldn't fit. So I decided to put it outside temporarily. I will be tearing it down because
Yes, lapis, because we're gonna run out of this pretty soon.
assembling the parts I would need to craft my obsidian pickaxe. I needed to make an obsidian tool cast, an obsidian pickaxe head cast, and an obsidian binding cast. This would allow me to pour the molten obsidian inside, and then forge it into a new pickaxe that I can mine ardite and diamond. And then by nightfall, I was able to assemble my new pickaxe and become ready
I missed
to
this.
face the nether once again.
I really missed the emerald.
Fun idea to see if I could glide onto my bed and I would bounce.
I
I entered
well,
the nether, and upon entering, I was able to start mining cobalt with my new obsidian pickaxe. I needed to gather quite a bit of it because to make a full set of vanillium armor and tools is going to require a lot of ardite and cobalt smelted together. I then bumped into this chunky fellow who proceeded to run away from me. Ah, yes, that's right, I am the king of this land, not you giants. I then found this small structure and I decided to investigate. I robbed them of their ender chests as the obsidian would become useful later. I then went down the stairs and I found some epic items guarded by this zombie pigman, but as long as I didn't hit him, everything would be okay. I then met this friendly fellow who decided to shoot webs at me, stick me, and then wither me. But it's okay because I took care of him. I guess friends aren't that easy to come by around here. After a while of mining ardite and cobalt, my obsidian pickaxe broke, but I continued mining with my diamond pickaxe and nether quartz. I wanted to make a laboratory soon, and nether quartz would be an essential building block. On my way home, gas startled me when I was trying to investigate this structure, so I ran into the structure as quick as I could and grabbed the loot from the chests. As I made my way down, I saw a wither skeleton and decided this would be a horrible idea, so I went the other direction and left. I began the next day by putting some ardite.
alright, we've made a lot of progress with the mining. Now we're gonna go back home after we dig back here.
Tools and armor sets, so that when I faced the boss on day 25, I would be ready, and he would reckon the day that he met with me. And then I began carving out some of my house, but I began to realize midway through that I needed to start work on my armor if I wanted a chance against this boss. So after carving a bit of the house out, I decided to leave it for now, and as the sun set, I began to prepare for the next day's adventure. I began the day by gliding off the top of my mountain. I wanted to plummet to the surface safely to go some mining. I wanted to make an armor forge so I could begin crafting some epic vanillium armor to take on the boss. While in the mines, I found this drowned spawner. I'm not exactly sure where he was supposed to spawn, considering there was no water nearby. While searching for iron in the caves, I found this weird structure that appeared to be a trap. I investigated it and I realized that there was TNT in the middle. So I broke all the pressure plates like an intelligent boy would, and I smashed through the chests to clear out the TNT. I then gathered all the loot up. There were some basic diamond leggings in there, nothing too special, but I didn't collect all the diamonds and iron that it had. I then continued for a long period of time just mining some iron out. I needed it for the armor forge. It needs 4 blocks of iron, so it needed quite a bit before I could come back to the surface. The armor forge was required to be able to actually make the new Tinker's armor that I wanted to be able to face the boss. While mining, I kept finding this ore called a brass ore. I wasn't quite sure what it was used for yet, but I guessed it had something to do with the archaeology mod, so I just made sure to grab it up as I went. I found another structure I'd never seen before. There didn't seem to be a point to this one, except the fact that there were 2 iron blocks sitting atop it. So I scooped them up and went on my way. While mining, I found my first natural spawn of diamonds, PogChamp, and then I managed to lose 2 of them into the lava. Less of a PogChamp. While on my way out of the mines, I found this random villager that was just chilling down here. Not exactly sure what he was doing, but I figured I would leave him to it. I began the next day by smelting down some iron so I could actually start creating my armor forge. I then poured the molten iron out into a casting basin to make some iron blocks. I love this animation. And just like that, I crafted my armor forge, and I was ready to start making some unfathomable armor. I then began the casting process of what would be the new molds for my armor. I then began pouring the molten vanillium into their new molds to start crafting the armor set. This was a brand new crafting for me. I had never done something like this before. Once you enter the armor forge, you need 3 parts. You need the core and the other 2 elements. I only had enough vanillium to actually make a chest plate for now, so I had to go back to the nether to gather up some more. I began the next day by heading into the nether. I needed to collect some more ardite and cobalt. I decided I was going to spend a few days here and gather up as much of it as I could. This way I would never have to come back, and throughout the series I could just keep repairing my same armor. I didn't want to spend a lot of time mining the series. There was tons to explore, lots of new dimensions, lots of bosses that I really wanted to encounter, but I wanted to make sure I was set up first before I went and did that. While I was exploring in the Nether, I found this weird-looking ship, so I decided it'd be a good idea to glide onto it. Nothing bad ever happens when you do that. And there was this weird-looking dude that was just staring at me. He seemed to be like from some sort of Egyptian time or something like that. He didn't do anything. He didn't give me any items. He wasn't breakable. He just kind of existed. I'm not exactly sure what you're supposed to do. It didn't kind of scare me, so I decided to leave. While I was ending my adventure, I found another fortress. While I went inside, there was blazes shooting me right, left, and center, and Wither Skeleton was chasing me down all the hallways. There weren't too many chests, so I decided to abandon the mission and finish my quest to go home. I started out the next day.
Well, we got a lot of stuff. Let's empty out some of the stuff that we don't need.
I then decided for my weapon of choice, I was going to go with a rapier. They keep the mobs at a distance while doing a good amount of damage, and they have a quick attack. They don't do a lot of damage, but because you can do a quick attack, you can compound that damage very quickly. I then began doing some research into modifiers. You can add on modifiers onto your armor and onto your tools, such as things allowing them to mine faster or give you more protection. I didn't understand the armor yet, but I knew that diamonds would give me a little bit more protection, so I
Alright, so
diamonds on all of my armor set. My base was
let's go home, baby.
and then you get more as you level up your armor types. I didn't want to use all of my modifiers because I didn't understand really well the modifiers did yet, but I figured I should at least increase my defense a tiny bit. The next day I
Alright,
grabbed some more resources before
that was a very successful mining trip.
it's raining outside, and I hate rain. So I decided
16 diamonds.
to start working on my base. I wanted to do it from the area with 3 different entryways. 2 of the
Got some lapis, some gold.
different tinkers areas, and the 3rd entryway would begin wrapping around the interior of the mountain. I wanted to hollow out a good part of the mountain. You just had different
So,
rooms all the way down to
we're gonna do
base, almost in a spiral pattern.
sugarcane
More random.
still hasn't grown,
3 rooms on this day.
so I'm guessing I did it wrong.
I quit my soul. I said I was ready.
So I'm just gonna break it
Avenge the first boss.
and use it to make books.
Where is it? It's on the beach. Ocean views. It was supposed to be a surprise.
She doesn't like surprises, Dave.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Booking a trip can feel dramatic, but with free cancellation, you can't go wrong with Hotels.com.
Really, bro.
New year, new me. See, I died, then came back. Now, I have a new perspective on life. So instead of spending millions on this stuff during the big game, we're giving $5 million to the ones whose little acts of extraordinary substance will make the world a better place. Those who are a nut above. Because if smacking into a nut-shaped van at terminal velocity teaches you anything, it's that even something as small as a peanut can have a big impact. Planters, a nut above.
And then, after what seemed like neons, we found the temple of the Idol Guardian. However, getting in was not so easy. We needed 4 unique scarabs that can only be obtained by killing Umber Golems. And Umber Golems spawn in the mazes of the Idol Guardian's temple. And finding that was not so easy. To find the Umber Golems, they are located in the 4 corners of a maze that is booby-trapped with fire traps.
Alright, so we don't need
Some of these venomous creatures
all this
poison,
diamond armor
slowness,
until we're getting ready to beat the dragon.
the day we're able to go
So
find all
let's check on our gold. All smelt it. Let's get the rest of our gold out of this chest. There's 25 gold, so what we can do is we can make some boots,
only to find that there were puzzles inside of it that we needed to solve to
so
actually
we
get
won't die
down
from
to the
piglets.
base. As soon as I
Alright,
made
we've
it
got
back,
21 gold and a dream.
confused, there was no way
Alright,
to
so what we're
get
gonna do
down.
is gonna put all this
Look at
stuff
the
back.
patterns on the floor, and they started giving me hints as to what they could be.
And we do need to go back to the fortress because
Maybe I ranked
our blaze rods are going.
or something of that nature, so I tried
Somebody
it
took
and it
'em.
worked. It then dropped me down to a new floor that had 4
but that's
corners
okay.
on it. The first corner was easy.
We can definitely do
Simply
that.
some skeleton leather. I placed it down, and it warped me into the next room. But as I looked at the floor, I was completely confused as to what the items were. I had nothing that was circular in my inventory, and I didn't know what to do. In retrospect, I actually had the actual item, but I didn't know that at the time. I traversed my way back through the maze in case I missed something. I killed every mob that I could to see what it dropped, but nothing dropped anything circular, and I was
When we fight the dragon, that's when we'll make diamond armor.
to find some other
More
mobs
diamond
that
armor.
potentially drop something circular.
Hold on.
Well out, I was attacked by...
Yo, what's up, Casey? Yo. Jason. Yo. What's up?
So, I know some bad news.
What?
You won't be able to come here today.
Okay, that's fine.
Because, my dad said, well, we can talk now, just thank God. My dad said that I can't have anybody over until he's back home. And he said after that, you can have as many people as you want over. So probably tomorrow I'll have you, Caleb, and probably the other person.
How about Mikey?
Nah,
Then what other person would you have over here that you know of?
probably another baseball team member.
Oh, okay. Right now I'm streaming Minecraft again. Bro, did you take my blaze rods on accident? Wait, no, you weren't even in the server. I forgot, they just disappeared. Did you ever get in the server eventually?
I'm never going to serve.
Oh, so no, you didn't take them. I don't know what happened to him. My other friend said he didn't take them, but maybe he didn't know what I was talking about. I just gotta go to the fortress and get some more, bro. It's alright.
Alright, you need to let you know what's happening. We'll pick you up tomorrow, sometime tomorrow.
Yo, chill. Got no building blocks. Bro, don't like these things. Oh, here we go again. Oh my gosh. We gotta go find a spawner. Yes, what I needed. And we have nothing to clutch with. I didn't even get that one blaze rod that was out there, but I don't want to go out there, bro. But where's the spawner? Oh. I'll increase the spawn rate. But if I accidentally hit the zombie pigman, bro, cause he in the way while I'm trying to kill these blazes, that's your fault if you get hit. Can I just push you out the way? Never mind, never mind. Move, thank you. Bro, spawn, bro. My shield broke. It's alright. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it without the shield. It's gonna be really hard. I don't even got no crafting table or any wood with me. I can get some wood from another biome, but other than that, I got no way to get wood. What's up here? That's just the way to get out. I need 7 blaze rods. Oh, I patched that up myself. Still no blaze spawns. So that's blaze spawned. Not gonna lie, without a shield, this might not work. Dang it, and that's probably a blaze rod off the roof, bro.
Spiders that levitated me. Thankfully, I had a glider. I was able to glide down safely. Upon landing,
So you just don't
I
count?
fell directly through the
Oh, he fell for me.
Spawn anywhere, and you can fall into these traps. These bugs attempt to eat you, but not today. I then used my oversized cranium and
Two hearts.
magma that I needed for
2 hearts, bro.
So I went over to lava because I had seen lava bugs before, and I could only assume that they actually drop magma in it themselves.
Oh shoot.
Out of the lava, though, was an entirely other
Can't do that.
They seemed to really like it in there.
Come here, come here.
I then placed the newly acquired 8 magma down, and I spawned into the next room.
Free.
Inside of it, there were like these eyeball-shaped thingamabobs.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So I quickly placed it down into the
I
final
for sure increase the spawn rate.
the boss of the temple. Well,
They weren't spawning at first, but they spawning now.
that's what the items were.
Oh my gosh. 17 blaze hearts.
Fortunately, I'd acquired none of it, but I knew there were spiders instead of the
I'm out. I'm good. I'm good. I'm out.
and I went on a hunt for spiders. I then returned to the temple, found the remaining string down, and I began my battle against the Antillian Overlord.
Question is though, where do I need to go? Oh wow. I tried to make it, but it's alright. Alright, we got our blaze rods that we need. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Need to make another shield.
Turn today's dreams into tomorrow's trips with millions of
Bro.
flexible booking options all in one place. Expedia.
He was actually a fairly strong boss considering how much armor I had on, and there were times where I actually feared for my life. But in the end, we were able to take him down.
Oh wow, it go on the top. And I accidentally made 2, but it's alright.
Which you can then craft to a block animator staff, which simply put
Kind of bars, no cap. Another round? I ain't even mean to do that. Alright, let's go. My back kind of starting to hurt. So I'm gonna take a break from my gaming for a little bit and get me something to eat.
Many biomes before I was able to find it, and finally, after another day of hunting for it, I was able to track it down. To reach the boss, you have to complete a few of the floors first, which have spider spires in them. But these are no ordinary spiders.
I'm going the wrong way.
They poison you, they're quicker, and they do more damage, and they have more health. They kept not letting me through the first
21 gold in a dream.
It wasn't very suitable of them, so I had to figure out an alternate route to be able to break down the spawners. So I did what any courageous person would do when I hid under their floors, and I mined them out.
Oh yeah, I killed him.
Mined the spawners from there. Then,
But that don't matter.
go back into the house.
There's some gold for you boys.
Left of the Verna. However, fate played its cruel hand, and lava lit the house afire, and everybody inside burned. Rather than going in, I decided to watch the flames burn down the house and wait for all the spawners to be deleted before I could go and attempt
Come on.
to kill the Broodmother. And then the battle commenced between the Tarantula Broodmother and the new Alpha Predator in the dimension. She has 2 phases, one where she's immune to melee damage and one where she's immune to range damage. But the first one, she's immune to melee. So I decided from a distance to bow her, because one hit and she can knock me off that platform since it all burned down, and I will fly off and I will die. So I figured I would give myself the best chance possible by lowering her health as much as possible, so she's immune to range damage. And then I glided in with my sword in hand, and I began to furiously
Any pearls?
I was just able to kill her before she potentially threw me
Yep.
off the edge. She dropped a boss trophy.
2 pearls.
She also gave me an egg. I'm not quite sure what the egg is used for, but it'll be cool for the trophy room later. Next day I began gathering resources. So I
You
could
gave
store
me no
items to construct
pearls
the
yet,
interior of my new
which I
base.
don't like.
I also found a new Oracle Tanzanite. Not quite sure what it does. I spent the next few days gathering some white cobblestone. I wanted a nice contrast between the spruce wood and perhaps a cobblestone brick. I think
Come
the white
on.
cobblestone will look really good as the interior my first build inside of the mountain. I started out the next day by smelting down some
No
andesite
pearls from you yet.
I then began repairing all my tools so I could begin mining.
If you give me more pearls, you the
I
goat.
started out the build by adding some stairs down to the main floor. I then began to add some andesite bricks to the wall using spruce
Bro.
logs for contrast. I then duplicated the design.
Let me grab all this stuff in here.
I then finished the construction of my first room. I used andesite bricks as the walls, and I used andesite cobblestone as the ceiling, and spruce planks as the flooring. I thought it looked quite good. Next day, I started out by finishing the next room. I wanted to put my smeltery in this room, and then from there, I decided I wanted to have a different block choice for the hallways I was going to create. I knew if I wanted to fight a boss on day 50, I needed to finish my house up quickly.
Only 2 pearls with 21 gold.
While I was flying around, I saw
Come
some
on,
feathers.
Minecraft.
They looked quite cool. While flying around, I noticed some of these cool trees. I figured I could use their aesthetic as
Oh,
a
wow.
or something, so I decided to buy them. I then found a new
Alright.
block type inside the cave and decided that would be the block type I was going to use for my new room, so I began mining it. Since I was now finished the upstairs, I decided I was going to start on my hallway and start creating rooms in the basement. I was going to use this room as a portal room and a trophy room. I was debating on if I should use the cobblestone from the mountain for anything, and I decided to make it the hallway. So I made bricks be the walls, and I made the cobblestone be the ceiling. I thought it looked quite nice. I then finished up the portal room, and I placed my portals inside, and my 1 tarantula egg is my trophy so far. I thought this room looked quite sick. I started out the next day by pouring all the molten ores out of my smeltery. I was going to dismantle it
I need a
and
bastion.
my base now.
I'm gonna go exploring for a black bastion. That's what I need.
My new storage area. I was tired of them floating in midair. I knew tomorrow we would face the next boss, so I decided I would work on my armor a bit next. Eventually, I was able to track down the boss, and the battle began. But he was much stronger than the last boss. He kept bringing me down to mere death. I also definitely did not bring enough food with me. After the morn of the next day, I retreated as I had no more.
What do I need?
To collect some before I could actually fight him. I then
Oh, yeah.
returned to the battle scene and I climbed a tree like
We don't even have enough
as fish cannot
to get 1 piece of gold.
I'm already stunned that he's on land. Apparently he's a land shark.
Yeah, I need a bastion.
I bowed him and I bowed him until I brought him down and I killed him. He unlocked a new dimension.
I want to use a portal, but I can't afford it.
Realm, and
I can't
was
afford
going
it.
to go there next to see what bosses and loot lay within. There was a plague now upon these lands, and until I defeated the bosses of the next dimension, it would recurringly occur. So I decided to venture out to gather food and supplies before I ventured into the new dimension to take on the bosses that had held within. While fighting these rhino dinosaurs, I almost died twice. But thankfully my
I would
glider
risk a
saved my
pearl
life, and I was able
to get
climb
over
away
there.
both times and heal
But
before
you
they
know
were able
what?
to catch
I
up to
can't do
me.
that.
Whilst my new
I need 'em.
smelting down, I decided to repair my armor and my tools so I could be the most prepared before
Gas is not what I need right now.
This ancient dimension.
Not trying to jinx it, but I don't need that.
And I was preparing to enter the new world. I could only think to myself, will this hardcore series end here, or will we survive?
Whoa, stop right now. If you're looking for an Atlanta neighborhood that is walkable, bikeable, family friendly, where you can park that big old ugly car and enjoy life, check out our channel.
I'm an astrophysicist at a major university. Science is my life. But when I hear somebody somberly intone, science says, or follow the science, I get very nervous. Science doesn't belong to any ideology. Science is the never-ending...
I don't care.
I began the next day by jumping into the portal, and you might be wondering, wow, my screen is black, what is happening? And that's because OBS was not recording. I managed to jump into the dimension, fight my way through to one of the pyramids, defeat the pharaoh that corrupts the land, and win basically the dimension. Unfortunately, none of it recorded though. It was truly epic. So, out of the spirit of content, I decided to do it all over again. But I just warn you, if I die right now, I'll be very upset, because I'm doing this for you guys. I started out the next couple of days by looking for a new pyramid. Inside of these pyramids, there's epic loot, traps, monsters, and above all, the pharaoh that guards his treasures, or sleeps on his treasures. I then entered the temple and I found these stone golems with swords. I thankfully was able to outrun them and shoot them from a distance. But when they hit me, they hit like a rock and they did a ton of damage. Whilst maneuvering the maze, I encountered many traps. Some poisoned me, some shot arrows at me, some slowed me. They have unlimited ammo and they're not breakable, so there was no way around them but to fight my way through them. And then after venturing through the pyramid, I found the tomb of the pharaoh.
But my shift sound like that. I really think my shift is broke.
4 royal torches around it, and then right-click the tomb, and the pharaoh comes to life. However, fighting him once, I knew I was going to need a Tome of Undying if I was going to survive this fight, and I did not have one. So to begin the fight, I blockaded myself off, and I shot him from a
Need a
distance.
bastion.
After a while, when he was low on health, I decided I would melee him for the rest and take him on. He almost killed me even then. I was only at 1/16 of his health, but I was able to take him down barely, surviving with just a few hearts. Upon killing him, I opened his sarcophagus, and inside was another Totem of Undying. Inside the last sarcophagus, there was a lightning staff that when you throw it at people, it spawns lightning. I thought that was a lot cooler, but I took the totem anyway. I started off the next day by repairing my tools. I was going to venture deep into the mines so I could begin mining up some supplies to build my new Jurassic Park. I then began strip mining in hopes to collect some iron, some gold.
I don't know what that lag was, but
My park was going to be made out of. But unfortunately, I was having not a lot of luck with this. Whilst in the caverns, I found this dungeon. I then went and broke the spawner and inspected the chests. It had a lucky horseshoe in it, which for those of you who don't know, negate fall damage. So I immediately put it on. I've always wanted one of these. They have them in a Relgraph, but you can't actually use them. I also found a bunch of recall potions. This is going to be very useful for getting back to my base, as it was atop a mountain. It was quite annoying to get access to. Whilst exploring, I found this underground sanctuary full of bookshelves and rare minerals. I began to explore it to see what other secrets it may hold. While exploring it, I found this big boy, and I took care of him handily. I also found some more rare minerals inside of this room. After leaving the sanctuary, I found another one of these dungeons, but unfortunately there was no good loot inside of the chests. I then returned home and decided I want to go to the Nether to get some more cobalt and ardite so I could start repairing my Manilium tools when I began terraforming the land, so I could start building my new
Fire res?
Jurassic Park. I started out the next few days
Yes, sir.
my new Jurassic theme park. I only wanted to build a few cages for now, as I only had a few dinosaurs in mind. Potentially some genetically...
But we're not looking for fire res. I appreciate it, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for diamonds. I mean, not diamonds. Pearls. Iron ingots. I mean, iron nuggets. Really? Honestly, we really just need one of those Enderman biomes. The blue ones. Or either a bastion. Boom. Finally did it. No achievement because I want to keep inventory. You have to activate cheats for that. So yeah, and I think that, and maybe you only get that achievement on Bedrock Edition. I don't know. I think you do. Maybe not. What's up, fellow pig boys?
Have a guitar, but don't know how to play it. Oh, I was talking to them. Well, never mind. So, let me show you how
I see blue.
Simply Guitar. First step, download the Simply Guitar app, obviously. And then, wait, still downloading? Okay, after the app helps you tune your guitar,
Alright. Come on, enemy. In the pro, yes sir. We got 8 because we got 5 at the house. So yeah. So we need to get over there.
From that you can get DNA. That DNA that is placed in the culture vat to give you an egg. When you get the egg, you can then face it, and the dinosaurs tame to you, so that's what I've been doing for the past few days. I then adventured out to find the Sun Chief. He's the ruler of a small tribe that's deadly, but if you're able to kill them, you get special masks that give you perks inside of the game. But killing the Sun Chief is no easy task. He spawns lightning bolts on you that can kill you in 4 hits. He's actually crazy strong, and I found out that running up to him immediately is not the way to kill him. I kept trying to run up to him and kill him, but his lightning bolts kept stopping me, or he shot a ray out of his belly, and that shot me back even farther. I thought
Now they're in the pro, that's 9.
way to kill him, and I was so upset that I couldn't
We're
figure
getting
it
so
out.
close.
He nearly killed me while fighting him, and if I didn't have the totem, the series would have ended at day 73. But thankfully I found a few totems in that dimension, and I was able to keep myself alive, but I needed a new strategy on how to kill him. After gathering some more food, I returned to fight the Sun Chief once again. He had regenerated all of his health, and the battle had begun. I thought maybe I could bow him from a distance. His lightning bolts
Oh,
would get me as
we got 10 now.
I was in bow range distance, and it
Oh
wasn't
my gosh, we got 2 of them on me.
kept on taking way too much damage. I didn't have enough food to sustain what was happening. I noticed that every once in a while,
We got 11 of them.
stopped for a while. I didn't know why, so the next time they stopped, I ran up to see why they were stopping. It turns out he just stops to spawn his little minions, and he can't spawn his lightning bolts while he's respawning his minions, and that was the time to strike. So I ran in as fast as I could, and I began meleeing him. Even though his lightning bolts were coming back, I figured it was my only shot, so I spam-clicked the heck out of him, and I was able to get him.
Oh, that's a lot.
He drops a mask, which when you wear, you can actually spawn your own minions. The armor wasn't good enough for me to actually wear for now, but it could be a fun little meme for later. Next, I wanted to fight the Ferris Rotnok, but there was a slight issue. You see, the custom terrain generation didn't allow for this dungeon to spawn inside the world, so we had to copy the world data over so we could actually fight him. So I lost a few items in my experience, but it was worth it, because I wanted to defeat him and take his items back to my main world. But to be able to kill the Ferris Rotnok, definitely saying that wrong, you have to
Can you
attack
see me
him
looking
after
at you?
a full swing. But be careful, because I found out when he does a full swing, he can do over half of your hearts if he hits you. But every time he does a full swing, he makes his back susceptible to damage, and that's when I striked. And eventually, I was able to take him down, take his helm, and his axe. I started the next few days by heading to the Nether to kill some wither skeletons. With looting 3 on my sword, I know it has a good chance. I also wanted some necrotic bones, so I could add them to my armor, and it would passively
Looking
repair
at
my
you.
armor at the cost of hunger. After getting all the heads that I needed, I went and collected some soul sand, so I could spawn the wither boss. I then dived through what seemed like an endless hole, and then I landed, slowly turned, and prepared myself to fight the wither. I placed the soul sand, and then I placed the wither heads atop, and I began the battle. I basically obliterated him in about 13 seconds. It was great.
I know what other people are feeling. I feel it too. They're hiding something. Now I can find out what's really going on.
Can't sleep? Read this 5-minute story.
No.
I had fun.
I ventured out the next night to kill some Endermen. I wanted to get some Ender Pearls so I could make some Eyes of Ender and begin to hunt down the portal room. Because once I killed the dragon, he dropped a new item that I wanted. After casting the Eyes of Ender in the air, I was able to track down the strong
Alright, so, alright, we back. So I'm playing on my controller right now because it went dead and I have to play it while it's on the charger, and I have no more spaces for my USBs for my keyboard and mouse. Well, I have one space left, and that's only for one or the other. No. Gotta get in here, Yes. I'm so lucky. I didn't die. No, wrong thing. Look how many, that's 13. Next episode is when we try to beat the Ender Dragon. And I need some time to think about this. And you know, we might find this. Nah, we've been streaming long enough. Quit moving, bro. Come on. Oh my gosh. 1.5 hearts. 15. We got 15.
There was another one that had just spawned. There was no way I was going to be able to take these guys on, so I flew back home. But on my way, the terrain began to look a little different. Everything was white, and I wasn't seeing any dinosaurs anywhere. Oh no. The Ice Age.
That's the last one we needed.
Titans ruled the world until Zeus
We got all the ones. We got 16
managed to escape.
once we make this. Alright.
Havoc on mankind.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Job to craft the most epic armor.
Hold on, hold on.
Climb into the fabled dungeons that remain.
Yo,
Held our
can I open my chest, please?
to rise up with technology and slay the final titans.
Bro,
Or die trying.
okay, it's lagging.
These next 100 days will solve
Alright.
the resource dilemma and bring mass producing to every resource possible. We will slay the Ender Dragon. We will approach and battle the Titan that rules our world in hardcore mode. You have never seen anything like this.
We got 16. And a dream tomorrow. Or later on if I decide that I want to come back and go ahead and beat the Ender Dragon. Now, I want some help from some of my friends, but most of my friends don't even play this game or don't know how to play this game. We got 13 diamonds. We're going to make some armor and everything. We're going to get another bed. Speaking of that, we want to go ahead and be prepared. Make sure we got our beds in here. We're going to basically prepare a little bit more. Okay, we already, alright.
See what it had in store for me. It asked me to pick a class. Each class gave you different
Hold on.
items, except for the cures, which gave you nothing. So I chose that one because I wanted more prestige. I immediately ran to the closest trees and began knocking them down. I needed to get basic tools.
We got a power book, I think, for my bow. I think we got a power book.
I had never played this type of world before, but rumor had it there were mobs that could one-shot you with diamond drop 4 armor that just spawned naturally. This was going to be fun. While lining up some iron, this absolutely freaky thing started looking at me and attacking me. I have no idea what it was, but I knew I was definitely not strong enough to take it on, so I immediately ran away like a brave person would. I decided that I should get some food quickly, just in case nightfall comes. So I killed this cow. In the distance, I noticed some other cows walking towards me. I thought, oh, this is convenient. Until they started attacking me. What the heck? When was this added to Minecraft? While exploring the terrain a bit more, I noticed this giant cavern with that giant spider in it. I never wanted to find out what that thing was. Nightfall was coming, and I had yet to kill any sheep, so I had nothing to make a bed. But I had this
Damn,
that said starter house.
so what do I need to do? I need to make a bed.
While running through the forest, I was attacked by a rabid dog and barely escaped with my life. I quickly built the house up and blocked
Alright,
the door
so
and saved my dear life on day 1. Oof.
let's try to get some enchantment.
The house had a convenient tunnel right down to the depths, so I went down. I tried to make a furnace only to realize that you can't have
We don't even got no more books. Yes, we do.
dense cobblestone.
One more book.
This back is going to be fun.
I think I know what we're gonna get. We got same things.
I knew I would need any sort of armor to
Power one, we need that.
I completed one of the quests, which was grab
We
60
already have a power book, is my question.
I also used this sword for a very long time. Well, mining
No,
up
not in this
lots of
chest, we
diamonds
don't.
was absolutely hard. I knew I needed to progress quickly if I wanted to face a Titan by the end of this.
Okay, that's my strongest bow right
I
there.
decided it was time to come back up.
And we already had a power 1 book. Okay, that would be power 2. That'll be power 2. Okay.
For multiple pigs.
Okay, that'll be power 2.
They were just very
Alright, anyways.
attacked me.
Hope you guys enjoyed this long episode. It's been your boy Jupiter Chickens. Jupiter's up.
I never wanted to see a demon pig, and I'm unhappy that I ever did get to see one. I continued throughout the day to
I pressed the wrong button.
get